Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Down to Earth Astronomy. We are once again looking at fractal space because patch Alpha 17 just launched. And they made a lot of changes to the game. And one of the most noticeable features they have changed is that the whole Tech 3 and experience system has been completely removed. That means that you have the ships are no longer divided into a Tech 3 and the only thing that prevents you from flying a ship is that you just need to collect the credits to actually buy it. That of course means that all the experience that you prior had stored up on the different manufacturers is now gone. But they're not completely gone, they have been converted to credits. So all the experience you stored on the different manufacturers have been converted to credits at a rate of 10 credits per one experience. And that also goes for all ships that you have researched but not purchased. They will also the experience you spent on researching those ships have also been converted at the same rate. But ships that you have researched and purchased, that experience will not have been converted. And also, if you have spent at any point in the game, any experience boosters, those boosters will also have been refunded, and you've gotten 120 platinum for each of the boosters that you've spent. I think that goes both for XP and for credit boosters, as far as I can see. Yeah. Now, one note on the whole removing of the Tech 3 system. I think it's a great way to allow players to easily get into the ship that they want and not having to go through a lot of different types of ships just to get to what they really want. But I think for the new players it's a bit more confusing, because now you suddenly have access to all of these ships right from the get-go, and especially as they begin to expand the game and they will add more ships to the game. These lists will become very, very long, and I think it can be maybe a bit overwhelming for new players to figure out what ships would be good for them, and what ships they probably should wait with. Of course, there is the balancing factor with the price, that they would probably won't have the money to buy the end game ships right at the beginning. But just sitting and figuring out what ships you want. I mean, right now there's a limited amount of ships in the game, and the game is of course still in alpha. But I would imagine when the game actually launches, there could be many ships in each manufacturer. Maybe there will even be more manufacturers. And that means that it can very quickly be very overwhelming for new players to figure out what ships they actually want, because there's simply so many of them. So I hope that they at some point will implement some system where new players are more eased into the game, so they're not just giving this like selection of 100 ships and they have to figure out which one they should spend their hard-earned credits on. So maybe guide players a bit more, new players at least. So a bit on a minus on the new player experience, I think. Yeah, of course there's a lot of balancing in the game, where they changed a lot of the ship's abilities. They changed some of the descriptions to better fit the actual ability and what it does, which is of course nice, because to be honest it was a bit confusing before. And they also made some minor changes to the firing range and other minor game features. But you can go ahead and look up the patch note yourself if you want all those details. One other thing though I want to highlight is they unlocked the frontline mode. Now the frontline mode, I haven't had the time to actually play it yet, I should say, but as I understand, the frontline mode is a shorter, more fast-paced battle where you only have one sector, compared to the conquest mode where you have those 5 sectors, the 2 bases and the 2 corridors and the gamma sector at the center. Now you will only have one sector with some mining stations that you can try to capture, and by holding the mining stations you collect resources that you need to collect in order to actually win the game. That is how I understand it, at least. But I'll probably do a more in-depth video on that later, once I actually have the time to sit down and try it out for myself. But for now, I just want to get this quick update video out. I hope you found it useful, and if you did, consider giving the video a like down below, maybe subscribe to the channel. I recently created a Twitter account, so if you're on Twitter, find me over there. That's also in the description, should be. And that's it for this time. And until next time, have a good one.